Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. It's the past, present and future of your love life. And so I've made 3 readings here. The crystal, the flower and the shell. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it is good. And each one of them has got a deeper dive that is an extended reading that goes with it. Now, the past and the present part of this reading will be in this video, but the future part of it is going to be in a deeper dive. So if you find that it is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that. If you do want to get that, toward the end of each of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments, and that's where you can also find the timestamps to fast forward to your reading. So now all you need to do is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like this amethyst crystal, which is along with the adventure card? Would you like the commitment card along with the slightly browning frangipani flower? Or the dream come true card along with the shell? So take a pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment as well, and click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as you're watching too. Really helps me out when you do that kind of stuff, so thank you for doing that. Well, enjoy your reading. I'll see you in there. So if you chose the crystal, and this one's for you. Crystals, let's find out past, present and future of your love life. As usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is the future part of it. So if you find the past part of it and the future part of it is your story, could be your story, then you might want to get that deeper dive read for the future part of it. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. But let's get some cards out for this connection, or what's going on in your love life overall. What's the theme of this reading for your love life? Crystals, what's going on? Let's find out. You got a time to restore, could be restoring something, fixing a relationship, healing a relationship, restoring it back. Could be getting back together with someone. That could be what this is about. Oops, what else? What else for you, crystals? We have warrior, something worth fighting for. You could have a warrior person on your hands here, someone that holds something dear, someone that wants to fight for something. Or you might both be kind of defensive with each other, like fighting each other. Wild. This could be your energy, in fact. Are you a wild warrior? Time to restore something. Perhaps something blew up between you guys. Let's find out. So, what are we talking about in the past here? Did you have a blow up, crystals, in the past? Tell us about the past. There's too many there. What do we want to talk about here? Yeah, something that caused you anxiety, sleepless nights, a nightmare. Could be something that was kind of, it could be an argument here that we're talking about, caused you a lot of stress and anxiety. Something could be blown out of proportion, or you know how things can be escalated beyond, because of our feelings. Something could have escalated beyond where it needed to be just because we kind of went along with those feelings. So it could be something that you regret here. It could be a blow up or an argument that you regret, maybe that you made too much out of, or they made too much out of because of emotions. 4 of Wands could be about something that rocked your stability. 4 of Wands is about stability. It's about marriage. 6 of Swords and getting out of that, like movement forward. You could have had an argument here with someone, with your person in the past about, doesn't have to be an argument, in fact. It could just be anxiety around that. Perhaps about, was your person in a marriage or some kind of a commitment, and it's like they wanted to move forward, but they needed to end that first. 6 of Swords is a card of movement forward from that, or to it. It feels like you're in a situation here that's caused you anxiety at some point in the past, because it feels like your person wasn't available and they were trying to move forward with you, toward commitment with you, and they're committed to someone else. That's what it feels like to me. So you got a lot of anxiety here. You're in had a lot of anxiety because of it. You would have been torn apart by this, right? So a part of you wants to be with this person because they're your person, right? But they're not available, and so that might have been a deal breaker for you. So what's behind that is the Empress and the Queen of Cups. I thought the Queen of Cups might come out because she kind of flicked out before on this with the other deck. The Empress, so you know you deserve much better than that. I think someone was trying to kind of have a fling with you. I think someone was coming at you here your person was coming at you kind of a little bit too lightly, and they were still involved with someone else, or perhaps even committed to someone else. But you're the Empress. It's like, no, I deserve much more than this, and I'm ready for much more. You can't come at me like that. So it caused you anxiety because a part of you wanted this, yes, wanted this person, but not like that. So it could be that you got attracted to them before you realized that they were in a committed relationship, and then you've kind of pulled away and like, you want to restore this, time to restore this, you want to fight for this, but you've got boundary, you've got a boundary in place. They've got to be available, right? What's behind that is grounding. So you took that grounded stance, which must have been really tricky for you. It says the Nine of Swords. You know, the Nine of Swords is a card of worry, of sleepless nights, and it caused you a lot of anxiety there. So it wasn't easy for you to ground yourself in that, but you had to take that high ground and ground yourself and go, no, I know that I deserve more, better than this, and I can't accept this kind of how it is at the moment. Four of Wands, Six of Swords, because you're trying to move forward, but you're still in a commitment, and no, you finish something before you move forward. Tell us what's behind this, the Four of Wands and the Six of Swords. It does feel like a past commitment. It feels almost like your person was trying to leap forward with you into a commitment with you, or some kind of like committed energy, but they weren't actually available to do that. Six of Swords again, they wanted to move forward. And the Emperor, they wanted to be the Emperor, right, to the Empress. They know that they belong with you. This is a match, but you wanted to receive from them. You can't if they're connected with someone else still. So the Emperor wanted to take charge of it and move forward. They wanted to take control of it, but they weren't doing what was necessary. So I think you've backed right out of it and said, I can't. You want this, you want to restore this, but you've still got that boundary up there saying, not like that, not like that, mate. So you're ready for a new day. You do want this. This is the past part of it, of course. You did want this to move forward. Yeah, I just feel like if they kept on approaching you as well, this could have been very hard for you to turn them away, because you do want this. You want this to move forward. You did want this to move forward anyway, here in this past. So someone wasn't really free, huh? But yet they were trying to move forward. Six of Swords. Okay, let's find out more. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So how come this, you see, what I'm getting from this is that this is your person, right? This is like, we've got the Empress and the Emperor there. This is your person. So why would the universe bring you together when you can't be together? Well, perhaps it's because the Empress has been learning boundaries, and she needed those boundaries for this particular time. And perhaps the Emperor needed to realize that he needs to respect the Empress and come in right. And perhaps, he needed to be checked, check yourself before you wreck yourself kind of thing in that respect. So he could have been learning, both learning something here along the way. Let's find out more, and I want to get some messages out from your person from that past as well, from this situation in the past. Take inspired action, but they were inspired to take action toward the Emperor. So the Emperor was inspired to take action toward the Empress, even though he wasn't fully available. So it was inspired action, so it was kind of right, but kind of wrong in the same way. Supportive. This is a supportive relationship. I think maybe the Emperor didn't have supportive people around them, found a supportive person in you, thought you'd be okay with it all, wanting to move forward with you, and then quite surprised that you had a boundary. But of course you had a boundary because you're the Empress. So, thought you were a supportive person and found you to be guarded instead. So you are upholding those boundaries. So good on you, Empress, for doing that. What else? Wild abandon. There's that wild card again. They wanted to just leap into this. Wild abandon, just go for it. Have an adventure with the Empress. So very much an impulse kind of a move, first of all, in this past on behalf of this Emperor, and Empress was like, no, you don't. Not like that. Embrace your emotions. The Emperor got into their emotions, into their heart energy, and wanted to move forward before they'd really sorted it out. They weren't really thinking, is what I'm getting there. Okay, so let's get some messages from your person, from that past energy. So what message did they want to say back then? I pulled away because I'm overwhelmed with all the things going on in my life. So they pulled away from you, but I thought, well, I'm picking up that you had boundaries to them, but then they pulled away because they got a lot of stuff going on. So, and what else? So the Empress might have taken it, Divine Feminine, you might have taken it that they were pulling away because they couldn't be bothered, doing the right thing and becoming available, but they were overwhelmed with all the things going on in their life. So they had a lot of stuff going on, perhaps responsibilities, things like that. What else did they want to say to Divine Feminine? I'm presuming you Divine Feminine here. It feels that way around to me. Divine Counterpart. They knew that you were the divine counterpart. It feels just like they wanted to leap into it, just get there right away. Just like the past and their current commitments like magically disappear, poof. And yeah. Anyway, present. So what situation you're in presently? Like, are they... Well, the Emperor card has come out and the Page of Swords. There's certain determination here. There's still the Emperor. Good. Still taking charge of things. Excellent. Page of Swords. This could be an apology. This is like communication coming towards you, revealing some kind of a truth for you. They could also be watching you and very determined to get you. For you to be theirs. I'm going to go again with that because that's not clear at all. The Emperor. Why do we have the Emperor here in the present for crystals? King of Cups, they love you, but they've got some hard decisions, confusing decisions to make in their life. King of Cups, the love is there. The Emperor does love you. They got a lot of feelings for you. Not necessarily the best at communicating those feelings. They're struggling with that. The Seven of Cups, they've still got some choices to make in their life here before they can come towards you. It's like they want to take charge, but they're struggling with these choices that they've got to make. I don't know if this is like choices of location, job, what they want to invest in, about letting go of some responsibilities that they've had. All of these things that they've had going on, their life was full already, and that's really good. Yeah, when we've got the Emperor and the Empress energy here, you're both going to have full lives already, and so to come together will require a rejig, and it feels to me like they're a little bit confused about these choices that they're making at the moment. Ascension, raising the vibration, realize they're looking at the longer term picture, realizing that they deserve more, and making choices that are aligned with that. And so the choices, the decisions, or what they think they're going to decide might change day to day. And I'm not thinking about the decision of being with the Divine Feminine or not. They seem pretty set on that, but it's the peripheral stuff, it's the little decisions around that, the details that could change day to day, because as they ascend, what they might have decided, say, a few months back could be just like a small version of it. Like they were wanting to dive into things before they'd really sorted it out to be successful for the long term. As they raise the vibration, as they give it time and they raise the vibration, what they choose today might be much better, a much more long term, a much higher vibration than it was a few months ago. And likewise, what they choose next week might be more and better too, because of this ascension process. So this is the confusion, is that each day is like they're wanting more and more. They're wanting to like change those decisions. For example, if a few months ago they would just want to move out of whatever living accommodation they've got at the moment in order to start dating you or something like that, they're just moving to any old like shared accommodation or something like that, then later they might be like, no, I need to have my own place. And then later they might be thinking, no, actually I would really like to buy a place. And then they'll be thinking, well, I need to buy a place that's suitable for me and the Empress. And then they're thinking like, well, perhaps we need to build, it's just like raising up as they realize that they can build much more, raising the vibration. Meanwhile, they're watching Page of Swords, got a keen eye on the Empress here and what she's doing. They don't want her to move on, is what I'm getting. Justice, because you're supposed to be together. The Justice card, you kind of balance each other up. They want an exciting new start, and they're very much reminiscing of past times. So if you've been together before, or the good times that you've had together, the good conversations that you've had together, or the good times you've had together. Very much reminiscing on all of that, and they're wanting this like exciting new start, Ace of Wands, but in a balanced way. So they're getting more balanced. They realize that, you know, Justice card is the divine pair kind of thing, a balanced relationship. So it's like they've got the Empress in waiting currently. Yeah. While they're making these decisions, where they want to be, what they want to do, the long-term stuff. It's getting a bigger and bigger picture. So they're in transformation at the moment. Just keep it, as they've got a lot on the plate at the moment, well, a lot of decisions at the moment, and they're getting clear on that. They've got their eye on the Empress, just checking what she's doing kind of thing. What else in the present? What else in the present? What else in the present? For crystals. Too close to this table. What else in the present? Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So you still need to give them some space to make these decisions. Like I said, some of you might have wanted them to come in a few months ago, but what they would have come in with a few months ago would have been paltry. It would have been like, you want to date me while I'm living in this shared accommodation or whatever, backpacker place. And you're like, not what I expected of the Emperor. Whereas now and later, they might come to you with a lot more than that. What else? Lighten up. Don't take this so seriously, Divine Feminines. I'm sure I'm talking to the Divine Feminines here with all this Emperor and Empress energy about. Lighten up a bit about this and forgive them. So your person's trying to do the right thing. Of course, they are feeling all of these energies. It's a big thing. We're talking about twin flames here, divine counterparts, the Emperor and the Empress. You know, it's a lot of energy to comprehend, and your person might be doing it blind as well. We're watching readings and we're getting all tuned in. They're just like reacting to the energies and trying to make the decisions themselves. So a lot of them anyway. So yeah, forgive them, lighten up about it, and your divine counterparts are going to come in eventually. And I know it's frustrating waiting. Flirty kind of an energy. This might be the energy that you need to get into, having fun and flirting and stuff like that. It might move the Emperor along as well if you're flirting with others, because they do have an eye on you there. Page of Swords. I feel like the Emperor is being influenced by other people, what they should do, you know, people's opinions about what they should do and what's right and all of that kind of thing. Loneliness. Someone's feeling lonely, perhaps both. Feeling lonely, feeling the absence of the divine counterpart at the moment. Wanting commitment. Someone's wanting commitment here. Someone's feeling needy as well. Someone could be clinging to your divine counterpart as well. If they were in a past commitment, that person could still be clinging to them, even if they've broken that commitment already. Yeah, they could still be clinging to them in some kind of a way. I mean, your person's other person might be clinging to them, might not be wanting to let them go. Could be decisions around that to make as well. It could be like, if they've got children with that person, there could be details around that they're still trying to figure out. The Seven of Cups and the choices they've got to make. I don't think it's all about the Empress. I think it's other things. They've obviously got a lot on the plate here. Miracles and blessings, though. This current situation is surrounded by miracles and blessings. I do feel like you're both going to be glad of the wait, because it's going to be much better. It's going to work out much better in the end. Appreciate this moment now. It's very important what's going on right now, even though it might be frustrating for you. Now, what about messages from your person at the moment? Messages from your person at the moment. I gave in to temptation. They gave into temptation. Now, this card keeps on coming out in my readings, and perhaps it's something to do with addictions. It could be addictions, anything. It could be drugs, alcohol, it could be gambling, it could be eating as well. They've given into temptation. They want you to know that. Let's get another one out. So your person's not perfect. They feel empty without you though, and that could be why they've given into temptation. Because it's when we feel empty that we do those things, right? Drinking, that's my thing. What about you? What's the thing that you fill those holes with? So that's what they were doing. Whatever your person's temptation is, they're falling back onto that because they feel the emptiness without you. They have sexual fantasies about you. So they're all in the fantasies about you. Looking at your pictures a lot as well, I'm getting from that Page of Swords there. What else does the Emperor want to say to the Empress? I'm ashamed of how I treated you. They're not happy with themselves of how they treated you, and it could be just about silence that they didn't respond to you, and they feel bad, and then the longer that they don't respond to you, the worse that they feel, and they don't like the way that they treated you. And even it could be like that past of coming in, too lightly, and perhaps they met you and tried to have a fling with you or something, then realize that you're the love of their life, and then they're like, oh damn, and feeling bad, ashamed of how they approached you there. They've got a lot of passion and desire for you. What else? Betrayal. Some of them might have betrayed you, or there could be betrayal involved in this, especially if they were with someone else. And it could be that they feel like they betrayed both. If they were in a commitment already and they tried to have a fling with you and then realize that you're the Empress, you're the one that they want to be with, then they could feel like they betrayed both, right? And so there's a lot of betrayal in your person's energy at the moment because of this. It feels like your person is trying at the moment to right themselves, to find out what's best for them so that they can proceed forward. Like, they've obviously got a lot of fantasies, passion, desire, and all of that. A lot of fire for the divine feminine that's driving them forward. Well, where's this story going? If that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story. Crystals, you might want to get that deeper dive. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but we're going to do it for the future. What's coming? I'll get a timeline card out for you as well, for possible timelines of it. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive that email. Now, that email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will do. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to do the stuff down there, to click the like, click on the, leave me a comment, click on the subscribe button with that notification bell as well to hear more from me. Well, good luck with all of this if this is where you're leaving me. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive for the future part, well, I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out about your past, your present, and your future of your love life, especially around your current person as well, that person that you've got your eye on. Let's see what's going on for you guys, flowers. Now, this video is going to have the past and the present part in it. And if you find that this is your story, could be your story, you might want to get the future part of it as well. And that's going to be in a deeper dive. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for that up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. So let's get some general cards out first. I'm falling all over the place. General cards out about this reading and what's going on in your love life right now. We've got a time to restore. You might be restoring something. Could be a coming back together here, reunion kinds of an energy there, sorting out problems that you've had in the past. Road less traveled and peace, yeah, an unusual path to making peace. Could be some curiosity here. This could be someone getting in touch with you. If there's been a period of silence between you, then someone could be getting in touch with you to be curious about how you're doing, kind of thing. And road less traveled, it's to peace. It's an unusual way to create peace between you or restore the connection. I think I'm talking to flowers who are in a period at the moment of not being with your person or not even communicating. Breathe. It could take your breath away. Could be a surprise. I don't know. For some of you, you haven't been connected with your person for a while. in communication or seeing them, and yeah, it might surprise you when they do get in touch with you. Okay, so let's get into your past. So what's been going on here? There's obviously something to restore from. So what was the problem in the first place? Tell us about this past energy. Oh, Five of Swords, a bit of a battle here, some chaos and conflict. Could be between you, could have been a fight between you guys, or it could have been a fight around other people fighting, and you might have backed off and like, I don't want a part in this. You know, there's some drama, some conflict, some chaos that went on. If you're anything like me, you'll back away from that kind of stuff and let people deal with that kind of stuff themselves. Three of Wands and the Three of Swords, and the waiting was breaking your heart. So the conflict that your person was in, chaos and conflict that your person was in, I think got you to withdraw, or them, or perhaps you both withdrew from this situation. And then the waiting was breaking your heart, the Three of Wands, waiting for it to be sorted out. So you could have thought that it was going to be sorted out pretty quickly, and you were waiting like each day going, oh, it didn't happen today. And then you could be months or even years later thinking it still hasn't happened. And it was heartbreaking enough in the first few days, but you've kind of got used to that heartbreak now. This is past energy though. This is when it was all fresh, when you thought it was hard enough to wait another day. Oh dear. Five of Swords. What was this battle about? Four of Wands is the card of stability. So something that they were committed to, something that they had a solid foundation in. This could have been about work or building a business or a marriage. It could be they were in some kind of a solid thing at the time. So this is like they were battling with a business partner about a business, or battling with their ex, something like that. They could have been going through a gnarly divorce or something like that. The Star, they were hopeful about getting out of it and moving towards you. So they had hope. So I don't think it was just you kind of thinking it could happen any day now. I hope they're going to sort this out and it's going to be a quick thing that they sort out. I think that they were thinking it was going to be a quick thing too, that they could move on from something. This could be some litigation or something like that they were in, somewhat, perhaps a business partner or a marriage partner or something like that. Something that had very solid foundations, so hard to break it apart. They were hopeful too that it was going to be released much faster. Now, so I think we're talking in the past here of when that conflict was really a lot, and they thought it'll all be over soon and I'll be able to move toward flowers very soon. I think you guys were thinking, yep, they got this drama, I will back off from it, they'll sort it out within a few days and then come to me. And I don't think it eventuated. I think that has been an ongoing thing, because the Four of Wands is very solid structure, not easy to break apart. So I think it surprised you both that it might still be ongoing. That we'll see in the present part. Burdens, yeah. So the burden with it, they locked something in. They made a big decision, right? A big decision, and they were locked into that. And even though they thought they could break free, not so easy. Three of Wands, so it was breaking your heart on a daily basis, and because you were thinking like, if this doesn't happen soon, I will die or something, and you didn't die. You're still here and you're still waiting, but it's become less painful. Have you got used to the pain, or perhaps you've learned, perhaps you just got more sense about it now, being a bit more mature about it, and realizing, yeah, it is going to, of course, it's going to take them some time to get out of this. So Three of Wands, Three of Swords, a pain, the King of Crystals. You saw them as a stable person, so this is their energy, King of Crystals, husband kind of material, and you saw them as this very stable energy, and perhaps that is not the case. Perhaps that wasn't the case. Or if they were to break free of that quickly, they wouldn't be this, right? Then they would come at you. Here I am, I've got nothing now. It's like, oh, I fell in love with you because you're like the stable person. Yeah, I think they wanted to break free of something, but they couldn't and hold the stability at the same time. So they could be a financial thing, could be that they'll lose the business, the property, or the money. to get out of it quickly, and in order to get out of this thing and retain that stability that they've got, or the money that they've got, the property that they've got, they needed to much slower process. The duality, yeah, so pulled in two directions there. Changes that need to happen, you could either do it fast and lose out, in which case you both would have lost out, or do it slowly and then retain their finances and all of that. And I think they've chosen slow, and yeah, even though it's breaking your heart. Okay, so that was their decision. Now the decision was probably made on wanting to take that stability forward with you, you know. So it feels like someone that wants to have something with you here. It might be an unusual route to it, to finding this peace. But King of Crystals is the slowest one as well, you know. The Pentacles is always the slowest one. So it might be the slowest route, but it might be the route that will get them there in the end, to that solid new start that they want with you. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So they might have made the decision and realized that you're in it for the long haul, they're in it for the long haul, and this is worth it. And so, and if it is worth it, if you will hold out for them to do it the right way, the way that will allow them to retain their stability. You see, the King of Crystals, when we see like the Queen of Crystals coming out, which we'll have in recent readings, if you've been following for a while, Queen of Crystals has been coming out a lot, and the Nine of Crystals as well, Nine of Pentacles. For the Divine Feminine, saying, Divine Feminine, remember what you've learned, this single independence that you've found now, that stability that you've got, what you don't want to be doing is giving that up for a relationship, right? You want to take with you what it is you've learned. Now here we've got the masculine doing exactly the same thing. They're realizing, no, I don't want to give up the stability that I've got just for this relationship. I don't want to get into an unstable place again, so I'm going to have to take my time about it. And you're going to actually, Divine Feminines, you're going to be happy. You're going to prefer this way. In the end, you will. Just as in the same position, and then you might be in the same position as well, you would also want to do that too, you know. Okay, what else? So even though it was a challenge for you guys, it was a challenge for their heart, heartbreaking for you to delay things as well, it was heartbreaking for them, it still was the best decision. So open up to change. Yeah, they wanted to take a leap of faith and then they didn't. It's like they wanted to be impulsive, and then they're like, no, I can't do this because I'll lose everything, and I can't lose everything because if I lose everything, I don't have anything to take to the Divine Feminine. I don't have anything to take to flowers. So they were spying on you, like watching you all over your social media, looking at pictures of you all the time, like connecting in with your energy in that way. Feels like they were pulling away from you personally, like not wanting to talk to you, not wanting to kind of move this further, get even more connected with you, because it just hurts even more. So they're spying on you, but trying to find this balance in themselves. So yeah, trying to get balanced about it. So the head and the heart pulled in two directions. Very difficult time for you both. This past energy, very difficult time for you both. Lots of conflict, lots of inner conflict, you know. Heartbreaking, the decisions that you had to make and that they had to make, but there just didn't seem to be, there wasn't any better way. What else? Infidelity. So we are talking about, yeah, Four of Wands could be a marriage here. So someone, a tryst, yeah, infidelity and a tryst. So we're talking about here someone, I think that Four of Wands is marriage then, and hopeful that they could get out of that marriage quickly, and then they couldn't. Well, they could, but they would have lost their property or their finances and stuff like that. They're having to do it the long way instead. So it's not a tryst. So it's not them being unfaithful to the person, you know, so that they actually do make that break so they can come to you properly. Okay, a lot of this story going on. How come all of these divine masculines hadn't got out of the marriages that weren't going so great? We've got forgiveness and express love through gifts. It's like they still wanted to give to you. They still wanted to do things for you. They still wanted to keep this going in some capacity, but they would have distanced themselves from getting in deeper, getting more intimate, that kind of thing. They hope that you forgive them for that. So let's get messages from your person in this past. So what did they want to say to you back then? I will find my way back to you one day. They've got a lot of hope for this relationship. They knew that they would find their way back to you one day. They know that this is going to come about, and they missed you so bad in doing this. This was hard for them to do, to pull away. But yeah, I think your person realized, I can't just cut and run. I can't end up with nothing. Who would I be for flowers if I did that? Can't come empty-handed as a wreck kind of thing. I don't think you would have wanted them to do that either. So it was a cut and run situation, but they decided not to do that. Decided to end things properly so that they, could have the property or their part in it, whatever. Realizing that you're the divine counterpart, so they will come back to you. And so there was I think your person has taken it so far, or took it so far, that they realized that you were the divine counterpart, and that they could take the time and do it right, and that you would be there in the end. So I feel like that your person's got really sure about you in this past. You make them nervous. You were making them nervous back then anyway. I'm not sure what you're doing to them now. We'll find out. But you made them really nervous, so they were a little bit scared of you, to be honest. So you could have taken a hard line with them, really strong energy toward them, like, you don't come at me like that kind of thing. Keep that chaos and conflict away from me. I'm not having a bar of that stuff. Anyway, you make them nervous, so you might have picked up on that. They were kind of a little bit scared of you, and that comes from high respect, doesn't it? They knew that they couldn't just get away with anything. So what about the present energies? What's going on right now? There's too many there. What's going on right now? We've got some spinners. What's going on right now for flowers in the love life? Ace of Swords. Someone wanting to reveal the truth and have a new honest start. Oh my God. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. Love offer, new start in love. Ace of Cups is like your heart overflowing. Ace of Wands is because the truth comes out. Four of Cups. This is when you're not expecting it. So this is you in the energy of, my cups are empty, they're not coming, they're taking ages, it's not happening, and in comes this cup. Ta-da! Let's have this new start. So we're talking imminence here if it's not happened for you already. It's in the present energy, so someone's about to come forward here. We've got the Fool energy. They're taking a risk. Now they can take a risk because they've walked away from something else. There you go. Eight of Cups. They've walked away from something else. They're ready to take that risk. It's still a risk. Falling in love is still a risk, but I think they've sorted that thing out now. Well, that's in the present energies. How interesting. I would expect this part to be in the future, but no, it's in the current energy. So you've got it happening around now. Tell us about this Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Four of Cups. Whoa, the Two of Cups has come out. Your person's about to give you a love offer here. Two of Cups. Let's get another card out about that. The Five of Wands. Five of Wands is about competition. A competitive kind of a nature. This person feels very driven in an almost competitive way to come in with this love offer. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. Reveal the truth. It's going to surprise you. Four of Cups. Competitive thing. It's like they want to be the one that you choose. How can I put this? Competitive, they might think that they've got competition for you, that they need to rush these things. They might have noticed that other people are interested in you and want to come forward with that. It could be that. Or it could just be they want to show other people. There's a bit of a show-off energy in this that I'm picking up on. They might want to make a big deal of it, of that love offer. A public display, that kind of thing. It's big, whatever it is. Two aces and the Two of Cups. Wow. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, and the Two of Cups. This is a surprise and some competitive, there's some ego involved here, I must admit there is, but it's not all negative ego, you know. But there is some ego involved here. It could be like they want to show off while they're doing this. It might not be showing off to others, it might be showing off to you. They might make a big deal of it here because there's a retreat card there, so that's what makes me think, okay, they might just be showing off to you then. But growth, they've grown, they've changed. Yeah, so it might just be a big fancy occasion just for you. So the competitiveness, right, might be their ego, yeah, but it might be for you. In other words, they want to come at you like no one else has come at you before. You don't want to be, they don't want you to be disappointed like, well, my ex did this nice thing when they got together with me. Do you know what I mean? They want to usurp everyone else they want to do it better than anyone else has ever done it for you. Let's put it that way. At the start of this relationship, the love offer, they want it to be a big deal here. So they're diving in because they've walked away from something. The Fool energy, they're taking a risk on this. No guarantees here. Serenity, it's like they found their peace with this. Found the peace with the past. They found the peace with the past, so they're okay about the past now. You know how I said the peace, sorting this out, restoring this, it's going to be a weird path to it, like the path less traveled, but it was like a path to peace between you. Temperance, again, like a peaceful kind of a card, like they're tempering themselves. They come good about it. So if you feel like your person is still like in two minds about that past thing of letting it go, or still emotionally attached to it, not walking away from the emotional attachment here, and they found their peace with it, so they're not coming at you unhealed kind of thing. At the Empress, the Knight of Wands, coming at you with passion. You're their divine counterpart, the Empress, and justice. They want to be with you, so that's like, yeah, you're their justice. Like, it's supposed to be together. I don't know why I'm pulling so many cards out for this, but I am. So they're coming forward with passion here because you're the right person for them. They have found that temperance and serenity from the past, so they're not coming still with wounds from the past here. Sure, there might be a little bit left, but they're not going to come at you going like complaining about their ex, that kind of thing. They've got over it somewhat, and that could be one of the benefits of them taking their time here, that they have found the serenity. So that's nice to know. Abundance, and they've got the money. There you go, they've got the money, or they're part of the money and all of that, so that's all sorted out. Yay, excellent. Well, this is in the present part of it, so how cool is that? What else have we got in the present for you? So if this isn't happening for you right now, watch out, any moment it could. Friendship. So you've been friends. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship. Could be taking it to more now. Well, yeah, with all these cards for sure. What else? Cool your emotions. Could be very emotional. When they come forward, very emotional. Now, with this big display, you know, with this ego thing, that they might want to do it at a special occasion or something like that. They're certainly going to make a big deal of it, that's for sure, you know. A picnic or something like that, you know. It's like, it could be even more than that. Yeah. Could be even more than that, making it really special, like taking you away somewhere or something like that. Or just, you know, it being a big deal when they come towards you. Champagne and you know, like there might be a lot of details. I don't know what it is that you're into, but there might be a lot of details around it where they make a big deal of it. Friends could be involved in it as well, but there's a retreat. I don't know. I think it might just be you guys together. I don't think they'd be that brave. They might be the fool here, taking a risk on it, but would they do it in front of other people? I don't know. I'm not so sure. Especially because you scare them, remember. They trust you. They do trust you. Okay, so they do trust you. They can take this leap of faith. And there's a spark and it hasn't gone away. And that's another benefit of the time that you've been apart as well, is that feeling hasn't gone away. You're still hot for each other as you were before. And so there's something in that, isn't there? Because a lot of relationships, that spark does fizzle out quite fast. And if you've had to wait for this person and that hasn't gone away, then that's a really good sign for this relationship. You've got healing here as well. So they have healed. They've healed. Yep, they're not going to come at you like all just whinging about their, you know, the problems that they've got and all of that. They're healed. So someone has been using them. Someone has been using them, perhaps for the finances, something like that. They had a lot of rules, right? A lot of rules to comply with, perhaps to get themselves out of that. They're withdrawn from that now. They're turning their back on that. They're doing their own thing. There's that road less traveled. It's like they want to be themselves now and walk their own path. They don't want to follow those rules that other people set out for them before. They're breaking free of that, kind of making their own rules up now, or just being true to themselves now. This is very positive energy. So you can expect this any day now, because this is the current energy, so they're about to do it. It could take a bit of organisation, this, you know, if that, because they want to make it a big deal. Could be organising it at the moment. Physical touch, they want to be with you, physically. Look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realise. I think they're impressed by your strength and your tenacity and all of that. And you might have been very single-minded about this throughout all of this story. They're impressed. Okay, so let's get some messages from your person currently. What do Flower's person want to say to them now? What do Flower's person want to say to them now? What do Flower's person want to say to them now? You are the person of my dreams. I dream about you. The person of your dreams. It's like you are it. You're it to them. You're the one they would want to be with. They can't fault you. It's not that you're perfect. You're the right person for them. The person of their dreams. So your person has been very determined to be with you. Very determined to be with you. They're not one for following the rules, though. I feel terrible for hurting you. They know that they hurt you and they feel terrible about that. They were very well aware of that heartbreak, and their heart was breaking too. But they had to do it the right way, you know. Short-term heartbreak, really, in the long term. So if they want to be with you for the rest of their lives, right, they want this stable base, right? They want to have what it needs to make that commitment with you and to build things with you. So in this greater scheme of things, say if they'd have cut and run and come at you, you know, you would have had a very unstable start there, and you know, it could have been all kinds of problems because of that if they didn't have any money and stuff like that, and even problems from that relationship as well. There would have been bitterness and resentment about that too. And so it's good that they've done it the way that they have, and relatively it's short-term pain, even though I know some of you have been waiting for a very long time as well, but still, compared to the rest of your life, it's relative short-term pain compared to the long-term pain. If they've cut and run, the pain would have lasted longer and might have even disrupted the relationship, you know. It might have caused it to fail. Because that resentment, you know, that would have been ongoing. It would have been a constant pain in the relationship. Anyway, you've got silent treatment at the moment. They can't tell you about it at the moment. It feels like they want to surprise you. So they're giving you silent treatment right now. Childhood wounding is influencing my actions. How interesting. Now, I think that's around the silent treatment. Your person is all in or keep it quiet. They like to do things, sort things out themselves and then tell. They do things in secret. This is a person that doesn't keep secrets like maliciously or anything. They just like to keep things to themselves until they're ready to say it, and that's how they've been with you. There's something about aloofness in this person. They might be aloof or just detached, a detached kind of a style, a way of dealing with things. It's down to do with their childhood. It's down to do with their childhood. It's down to the childhood that it's influencing the way that they're acting at the moment, and so you need to be aware of that. Give them a little bit of space, you know, because they are healing right now. And they've healed from that relationship, is what it feels like, that breakup, but they've still got some childhood stuff, or childhood wounding is what causes them to react in the way. We all react at different ways, right? And there's no right or wrong. It's not like being extrovert is right and being introvert is wrong, or the other way around, you know? It's just different personality types. And our personality types, a lot of it is made by the experiences that we've been through, you know? We learn these ways of coping with certain things and we just carry on. Unless it's really hurting us, then we might change it a bit, you know, but there is no right way of doing things. So still a bit of more of that going on at the moment, childhood wounding. Okay, so there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story. You want to know what's going to come in the future? Yeah, what's coming then? If you've got this energy right now, what is coming for you guys? Let's find out in that deeper dive. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive it. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars. And the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device. This has got brown spots on it because I went around all the trees, all the frangipani trees that had these yellow and white flowers on, shaking them, trying to get some fresh flowers down, and they dropped so many leaves on me, but they would not release their flowers. So I had to get this one, the best one that was on the ground that had already fallen. Bit of a backstory on the flower there if you're wondering why I've got a spotty one. It's all they'd give me today. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive to find out what's coming to you in the future, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's find out about the past, present, future of your love life. So the past and the present part is going to be in this video, and if you're interested, if you find that that is your story, it could be a story, you might be interested in the future part of it, which is going to be in a deeper dive. If you are, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Well, let's get some cards out first about this connection, about what's going on in your love life, like generally first, before we get into the past and the present part, and then the future part. So what have we got here? The creation of light. Your person could have been in darkness. Could be talking about healing energy here, or yeah, I'm getting like creation of light from darkness. Could be talking like addictions or stuff like that, that kind of darkness. Depression. Period of darkness, and or this could be you. Things getting lighter, happier. On the threshold of it, something's about to happen. Something's about to happen in your love life here. Get yourself ready. Let's find out what it is. How exciting. I love it when the threshold card comes out. Remember when we used to get that? For those of you who've been following me for years, like the readings have been so stagnant for such a long time. I mean, like, it's about to happen, it's about to happen. We used to get the threshold card out all the time, and nothing really much happened. We were just waiting. You got a voyage here, setting off on a new course. Something is about to happen. Something big is about to happen. So let's find out. So the past then of your love life, something in the past for you and your person. What? Knight of Swords. Someone came in fast, pursuing you kind of thing. Knight of Swords. So there might have been hot pursuit of you at first, moving fast. And then Two of Pentacles, weighing up their options. Like, I've got a choice to make here. I've got to balance things out, and I've got to weigh up my options. How can I find a balance? So Knight of Swords coming on strong. They were coming on strong with you. What's this Knight of Swords doing here? Ten of Wands, putting burdens down. Seven of Swords, but being deceptive about that. Okay, so someone might have been coming on strong, kind of pretending that they'd put some burdens down. Ten of Wands, that they didn't. They were lying about that. Seven of Swords. So a little white lie there, saying, yes, I don't have burdens. I'm available. So they came at you in a kind of a frivolous kind of a way, pursuing you fast, telling some white lies about having put burdens down, which they hadn't. They still had them ongoing. And that could have been very emotional for you. So emotional in a positive way, I mean. So when the person came into your life, you might have thought, this is my dream come true, they're ideal. You might have even been telling your friends that, like, they're ideal, they're my person, it's all good and it's all sorted out. Your friends might have been saying, are you sure? Are you sure that, like, it sounds too good to be true? Often when it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. I feel like you could have been finding out later that they actually hadn't put certain burdens down. Whatever those burdens were, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Two of Pentacles. but they had to weigh things up, weigh up their options. It feels to me like as they're pursuing you, coming in all hot and heavy, they had to break free of some burdens, right? Realizing they need to balance things up. So they're oppressed by something, held back by something, and realizing, oh, if I want to pursue shells further, I need to balance these things up. That could be when they've fessed up about it, and it requires some healing. So I think they fessed up about something, that they were oppressed by something, they had some kind of a burden, something that they needed to weigh up their options to carry on this further, and that's caused you maybe some, not heartbreak, but you needing to kind of heal from it. I think you know how when people first approach us romantically or go on dates with us or whatever, everyone does this. We put our best side forward, right? We don't go out there telling them what our weaknesses are and things like that. We want to impress them, right? And I think the person's done that, and perhaps with a few white lies in there as well. And they've given you the impression that they were completely free. I don't know what these burdens are, but the oppression card is there. So it's something significant. And yeah, it seems to have got to a certain point where they've had to reveal that to move it forward with you. And Four of Swords, then it's like fresh disappointment for you. It could have been defeating, like depleting, like your bubbles burst. They're not so perfect after all. You might have been going to your friends, tail between your legs kind of thing, going, yeah, you were right, it was too good to be true. I can't believe it. They're just, after one disappointment after another is what it feels like. You see, this creation of light, I'm getting that depressed energy now, is that you could have lifted yourself out of depression from people doing this kind of thing to you before, constant disappointments in your love life, you know? You have high hopes for people and you get to know them, and then it's another disappointment and another disappointment. And it could be you that was in that depression that I was picking up on there. Well, something is about to happen, threshold of a new journey. And when they've admitted this thing to you, or you found out, so I don't know whether they admitted it to you, but you might have found out because they were trying to balance things up, is when you found out about it or realized about it, it would have been very disappointing to you, and that might have made you want to give up on it completely, going, it's another disappointment, like, why does this always happen to me? Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me choosing all these disappointing people? What is up with that? Perception. So your perception just like about turn, that yin yang. So you went from like, they are the most amazing person in the world, to like the worst person in the world. The worst person in the world because they made me believe that this was moving forward, right? And like I said, people do that. The deception might not be big, but it might have felt big to you. Remember, your perception of them as being perfect, as your friends probably would have told you, was a little bit naive, to say the least. So, yeah, it's a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really, meaning it's, yeah, if you don't say that saying, it means it's just a different way of looking at it, you know? Some people might say it's 6, and another person says it's half a dozen. Of course, half a dozen is 6. It's just a different perception. And so it's the way you're both looking at it was perhaps not truthful. On both sides of it. You being overly optimistic, and then perhaps overly pessimistic. Them being exactly the same. Overly optimistic and then overly pessimistic match. But it was very romantic. Could have been having something to do around Valentine's Day as well, with Cupid's arrow striking. I think you put this person on a pedestal. I think they you thought that it was perfect. You thought your dream had come true. Uniting shining armor. Keep your heart open. Struggle for you to keep your heart open then with that disappointment. Yes. And it feels to me like they wanted to move forward, so they're balancing it up, and you just wanted to protect yourself and shut down at that point. It's very, very hard for you to keep your heart open. Oh, my throat started hurting. What's that about? Grief and pain. You know, when your throat gets sore like that. Freedom. So you just wanted to be free of this. I think it would have made you want to run a mile from this person. Yeah, it seems like they were still going to make some effort and balance things up, but I think that disappointment might have made you want to just like flee from them. But another part of you wanted to keep your heart open and be patient. A part of you is still hopeful that they would come good with all of this, right? So you're kind of 1 foot out the door and 1 foot still in the door, still holding out hope for them, but a lot of you kind of, a big part of you, I mean, not a lot of you watching this, but a big part of you wanting to kind of distance yourself from this. Yeah, a part of you wanting to be patient with this as well. So you had to do the self-love thing again. Hey, damn it. Again, it's like, must it always be this way? It got you in your defensive mode. Yeah, this person's so disappointing. Still holding out hope for them though. In the past here anyway. Has that gone? Or have you moved on to someone else? Could have. Back to what you love. So you had to do the self-love thing. You had to piece your life back together. Oh, it was a good dream, wasn't it? You thought it was the start of that romance. You thought that this was going somewhere. But you had to get back to what you love. You had to, yeah, just like be by yourself again and making yourself happy again. Yeah, it feels to me like you gave up on this relationship. Okay, let's get some messages out from them at the time. What do they want to say then about this? I'm disappointed in them too. What do they want to say about this? What do they want to say to you? Fights, arguments, conflict. Oh, so wasn't so good. Hi, I need time. They need time. So they've moved in real fast on you there. Knight of Swords, and then needing time to sort stuff out. And yeah, it feels to me like you got the wrong end of the stick. Not because they were showing you that end of the stick, you know, but you took onto that. They need time to balance things up, to sort things out. They're emotionally unavailable. Not really available for you. And I think that's your ongoing disappointment, isn't it? I think you've had that emotionally unavailable come up over and over again. And this time you thought you'd found someone that was emotionally available. And then to find out that they're not. I act like I don't care when deep down I really do. So the distance from you pretended like they don't care, but really they do. You affected this person. It wasn't the same as the others. You really affected this person. Okay, well, tell us about the present then. What's in the present energies? So they acted like they didn't care when really they do. Tell us about the present energies. See me putting cards back in this deck. It's because these cards are very sticky and they fall out in chunks, and I know when it's not falling out right. In fact, I know with any of the cards, but this deck does it more than any because they're right rubbery and they stick together. See, there's another chunk there, but that's the right chunk. And I even know that I'm meant to take these cards separately from those cards. So, oh, there's 3. I thought there was 2. What have we got here? Wow. So, present energies. You're the Empress. You know your worth. You are building an empire. You know that you deserve an emperor by your side, right? You're in a very strong position here. You're a catch. Anyone would be very lucky to have you. You're not just going to take anyone. They need to prove themselves to you. You're wanting a passionate start here, Ace of Wands. You want something that will really go somewhere and do something. Wow, these cards are very powerful. So you're in your fire energy. Really strong, almost ready to fight for it, you know. Wow, that's really powerful energy. Okay, so you're feeling in a very strong position at the moment, knowing your worth, and bam, King of Cups. Whoa, Queen of Cups, divine pairing there, and off they go into the sunset together on the Chariot. Look at them facing each other, holding the cups out to each other. This is a match. couple in love, ready to go. There's so much readiness in this. I feel your readiness. You're ready for your divine counterpart, the one that's going to be equal to you, the king and queen looking at each other, both offering the cups at the same time. Like, let's go. Wow, this is really powerful. Okay. Let's find out about this then. So why do we have the Empress Strength and the Ace of Wands here? You're ready for a new start, a passionate new start. It feels to me like you might have been doing like manifestation work. I don't think you're focused on this person. I think you're thinking at the moment with these energies, this person or better, and I'm ready for it. And you might have been doing manifestation work, like praying or whatever kind of manifestation work that you do, saying, universe, bring it in now. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the passion. I'm ready for love. I'm ready for my counterpart. I'm ready for the one that wants to move forward with me, ready to move forward with me. I'm in this strong position. I know what I'm worth, and I'm in my power now. Like, I'm ready for this. Why the Emperor's Strength and the Ace of Wands? I'm ready for my Emperor now. Yes. So bring it on, universe. Bring in the Emperor, the one that truly is ready. Now, some of you might be thinking, this or someone better. I'm not sure if that is my Emperor. If he is my Emperor, then he better balance that stuff out. But I know that I am ready now. And I think you're calling it in. I think you're calling your true Emperor in now. Your true divine counterpart. Just want to get more out on that. Chaos and conflict of 6 of crystals. Chaos and conflict about whether someone is reciprocal, whether someone can reciprocate, whether someone is truly your Emperor. I think you don't know. I think you don't know. I think you're really not sure about whether it's this person or not. But you're in a strong position of calling in the true Emperor. So whether it's this person or not, you're just saying out to the universe, bring it on. I am ready. Like, and that this past thing, whenever this was, might have got you to the point that you're at now of feeling like really strong. It's like no more disappointments. I am in a much stronger place now. There's a little bit of naiveness around this, and that is not in your energy at all right now. I don't think you're going to be fooled by anyone again. Tell us what's behind this. I think you're more likely to recognize, I think you're more likely to recognize the Emperor when you see them, because you know your energy now is the Empress, and they've got to match you in that, and you would recognize it, especially around finances and stuff like that, and abundance. They've got to be reciprocal. That 6 of Pentacles is like, they can invest as much as I can. You're building an empire here. You want to build an empire, right? The Empress wants to build an empire. She already is building an empire. The Emperor needs to come in with his empire. She's not going to let someone in that is lesser than her. That she's not going to bring someone in that's like a knight or something that's going to take from her. Like this past person was a knight. I know they might have grown up to be the emperor, but they were a knight, and the knight just takes energy from you. They don't add to it. Now the Emperor needs an emperor. The Empress needs an emperor to come along that adds to it. He doesn't take away from what she's got. He adds to it, right? And so you will recognize and be only open and receptive in your feminine energy to abundance. And you might have been turned off from that in the past, going, only love matters and it's not about the money. But then you might have realized, actually, it is about the money, because if they're in alignment and if they are, investing in themselves and doing self-love, they will have the abundance. And if they come in without abundance, I just look after them and get in my codependent ways, and it doesn't work out well. And so I do need to make sure that they do have the abundance there. And you're right, it's not about the money, but it kind of is as well. It kind of is. The King of Cups, I absolutely love this. It's like someone that's ready, someone that's facing me, someone that is like offering the cup to me as I'm offering it to them, looking me directly in the eyes, being truthful. Just, I love it. King of Cups and the Queen of Cups and the Chariot. Why do we have them here? You're in a really strong energetic position here, Too many. Is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take those. The Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, and let's go with the Chariot. King of Wands. King of Wands is someone that knows what they want, is the other person. Someone that knows what they want, and they could be an entrepreneur, business leader, that kind of thing, because they know what they want and they get out there and they get it. And this isn't someone that's going to be like, oh, I'm not sure whether I want to go out with you or not. They're ones that they're going to take the lead. There's a transformation happened. 3 of Cups. You might be celebrating. You might feel... You're either in the energy right now of waiting for someone to transform to be able to take action and get what it is that they want. It just feels to me like you're waiting for someone to step up. It's almost like there's a race for you. And this might be the energy that you're in at the moment. I know that I'm the Empress. I offer so much. I know I need an Emperor. The Emperor's coming. I don't know which one it's going to be. You might have your eye on one person. There's this person. There might be other people as well. Or you might be open to someone new, but you know exactly the energy that it is that you want. And you're seeing more yourself like the prize. And whoever gets there first, whoever offers me this first, whoever comes and claims me like the King of Wands, will have that celebration. The one that's transformed themselves, the one that's kind of pips to the post, the one that changes my mind, perception. So you're still open to this one changing your mind. You're still open to this one coming in as the Emperor. Still hope for that one. But I don't think you're stuck on this person anymore. This is just such a strong reading. You're in such a strong energy at the moment of being ready for whoever has that energy. And I think this has always been the case with Divine Feminines. I think you're getting that energy, and then there could be a few that step up. I don't think there's many Divine Masculines around, you know, the ones that have done the work to step into the divinity, to actually be living that. Of course, everyone's divine, but to actually be living that is something else. So I don't think there's that many Divine Masculines around, but I think there's a few getting themselves there, a few doing the work now to get themselves there. And yeah, whoever gets there first and is a match to you, Divine Feminine, I think you'll be open to them. The one that changes your mind, it's like they've got to persuade you. This is really strong energy. It's like they need to come, they need to take action, they need to claim me, they need to persuade me. That is not my job anymore. I am the Empress. I am already holding the energy. I am proof in itself. Me being myself is proof in itself that they can come forward and prove to me that they are, because you're already proving yourself. There's a struggle behind this, like competition. Like, I think that you might have a few masculines interested in you here, and you're like, bring it on. Whoever wants to come in and give me that correct offer, come and change my mind. It's like you're at a store and you're like, I don't think you're the Emperor. Come and change my mind. That's what it is. I don't think you're the Emperor. Come and change my mind. And that's not you being pessimistic and pushing it away from your law of attraction style, your law of detraction. Nah, it's not. It's you being in a really strong position. It's like, come prove it to me. New beginning. So ready for a new beginning. Wow. I've never picked up on this energy before. I don't think something so powerful like this. This is like Empress, huge Empress energy. Ready for a new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Could be someone better than this person, even if this person were to kind of up level to Emperor status. I think you could be bringing someone much more powerful in at the moment. Someone very powerful, yeah. Perhaps someone who's accomplished a lot of abundance. Someone, yeah, who has really done these things, you know, because how do we know if someone's an Emperor? Well, they will already be accomplishing. There will be, you know, movers and shakers. They will have been doing that for a while. They will already have built their empires. You're looking at someone coming in that's already got an empire. You're speaking your world into being at the moment, and you're attuning to the divine. So you're getting tuned in, listening. Yeah, that's what the Empress does too. Attuning to the divine, so you're listening to your, you know, you're the High Priestess too. And speaking the world into being. You're telling it as it is. You're telling the universe, this is what I want. This is what I will accept. Bring it on in. Got massive energies at the moment. You're opening up and flirting too. So you're like, I'm willing to flirt with them. I'm opening the doors, inviting them in. I'll flirt with them, and then they can prove it to themselves that they're the Emperor. You might be thinking like, okay, I'm going to put myself out there and date, and it's like going through them like no when they tell you who they are, kind of thing. No, you're not the Emperor. I think you could be getting really kind of ruthless about that, because you know You know, you will recognize the Emperor. So healing and codependency. Codependent no more, huh? You've done that. You've been there. You've done that. You're not going to do it again. And so you're expecting so much more now. So much more. And so this is saying like your codependency in the past. So you could have been like severely wounded in the past, perhaps from childhood. And that had you just like putting up with all kinds of scraps from people, constantly being disappointed and all of that. Totally getting that there's constant disappointments going on in your love life for you. You know, people that weren't available and all of that. And it's just this ongoing saga. And so you've had to do all this healing work, right? And that's because that's what happens when we're not feeling good about ourselves. We accept. We're a love lack kind of thing. We accept way less than we deserve. And it feels to me like you really know yourself now, and you know you deserve a whole lot more. So you'd be just, recognizing it for sure. And while you were in that state of being unhealed and all of that, you would have been all about the heart, like, oh, but everyone deserves love, because you were feeling in lack. You would have let people in that were lack, you know, that also required healing and all of that. And so that might be why you turned away from I don't need them to be, you know, to be successful. I don't need them to be rich. I just need them to be a loving person. And then you find loving people that are extremely unhealed, right? Wow. Someone that's special. This is what you're waiting for now. Someone that's special. Someone that you really enjoy your time with. It is going to be perfect timing for them and for you. So this is not someone that is just perfect timing for them. You coming into their life, you being a blessing to them, you having to lift them up. It's going to be perfect timing for you too. They're going to lift you up. They're going to be a blessing for you. It's like a dream coming true. Wow. I've never felt this amount of powerful readiness in a reading before. It's cool. It's very cool. Well done for getting to this energy. My God, I'm really looking forward to the deeper dive on this one, because with this energy, like, wow, so you like bringing in the most amazing person ever. What else? Receive with love and appreciation. You're ready to receive now. You know you deserve it. And I think you guys will have been, you know, ready to give love many times over before, but now you're ready to receive it. You know how much you have to offer. And now there's this readiness of how to choose an emperor, how to recognize an emperor. So you're going to know the difference between someone that's pretending to be an emperor, you know, the ones with big egos and all of that, the ones that are just like showing off the bling and things like that, that aren't truly that. To someone, like a true emperor is someone that has a good reason, right, in their heart to build something in the world. They've got a good reason behind that, right? The heart's in the right place and they've built something. That is someone that's healed themselves, right? They've got the heart there and they're also achieving things. That's the emperor kind of an energy. Very different from the false emperors, those ones that are just kind of all show, but it's a lot of ego. They tend to be narcissists and stuff. I think you'll know the difference now. Ooh, friends or family disapprove of this connection. So your friends and your family aren't going to approve of who you'll choose in this energy, because friends and family, they might not have healed themselves the same, right? And so they might think they've got to be a narcissist. That person, like, do you really need to be with someone so successful or something like that? So the person that you are energetically bringing in right now, your friends and family wouldn't approve of them, because it would bring out their fears. Yeah, wow. Okay, what else? Because these are usually messages from your person, but this is more like deep messages for you. Destiny is taking us down different paths. That could be this person. Maybe this person came into your life in the past to give you kind of another lesson so that you get fully into this energy. What else? Current energies, silent treatment. So I think we're talking about this person now, this person in your past, the silent treatment from them. Friends and family disapprove of it. It could be them. Destiny is taking us down different paths. I wish you were here with me. There is still this emotional attachment between you both from their end. So you might be hopeful that this person steps up and is that emperor, but I don't know. I'm not getting that it will be that person. I think you've got someone new coming in, someone that is already accomplished. I think someone that might really surprise you as well. just to the level of who is a match to you. Well, there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story. You want it to be a story. You might want to get the deeper dive to find what's coming next. What's coming into your life then? Who is coming into your life? Let's find out about that. I'm just going to do the same thing again for that deeper dive, but about the future. I'll get a timing card out as well. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive the email. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell to hear more from me. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly.